Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be playing some automation and we're going to be building a Cyberpunk pigeon for TwinTurbros monthly challenge, which this month is Cyberpunk. So we're going to try our best and give it a go for that $10 Steam gift card. What better way to do that than by building a Cyberpunk pigeon? My friend gave me this idea last night while we were playing BeamNG multiplayer together, and I thought it was a pretty good idea. So I just downloaded a mod that came out just this month, which is the pigeon body for automation. We're gonna go to the newest year so we can get the best performance out of our pigeon. Let's go with 2020. That's as far as we can go. And we're going to find it. There it is, right there. As you can see, it's labeled as 1980s pickup. So we're gonna go ahead, click that. As you can see, we have an epic looking pigeon. Actually, it's not epic looking yet, but it's going to be. So panel material, we're just gonna go with some sicko carbon fiber. Light truck monocoque, maybe. Yeah, let's go with that. No, actually, let's go with a ladder frame like the other pigeons. Chassis material, gotta go with the lightest one. We'll go with AHS steel. Engine placement, we're gonna go front longitudinal. Front suspension is going to be double wishbone. Rear suspension is also going to be double wishbone for maximum performance on our epic pigeon. This whole thing is carbon fiber, but you never thought you'd see that. An all carbon fiber pigeon. All right, so we're gonna make an engine. So I'm thinking we just go with the basics and just build a simple inline 3 engine. Or we could go with something crazier. Should we go with all-wheel drive? I think we should get all-wheel drive. As you can see, all-wheel drive's right there. Okay, so we can go with that. We can put an inline 6 in it. Dude, that would be awesome. Inline seems like our best option for all-wheel drive. So we'll go with an inline 6 in a pigeon. This is gonna be insane. We're gonna go with aluminum silicone. Heads and valves, let's do dual overhead cam, four per cylinder. Head material, we're gonna go with aluminum silicone and VVL. Yes, we want VVL. VTEC. Next up, for the crank, we're gonna get billet steel. Con rods, we're gonna go with lightweight titanium. Pistons, lightweight forge, yeah, why not? Quality up. Compression, we'll come back to this when we're tuning it. VVT, we're gonna go intake. Quality up. We're gonna put a turbocharger on this, although when we're styling it, we are gonna put a blower on it. Biggest intercooler we can. Presets, we're gonna put race. Quality all the way up, because this thing's from the year 2077. All right, fuel system. We're gonna go with injection. We're gonna go with multi-point per cylinder, race intake, ultimate 95. There we go, look at that thing. Oh yeah. We'll come back and tune this afterwards. Quality up. Catalytic converter. We're gonna go with 2-way. Nice, 51 horsepower. Let's go. Okay, we're gonna turn up the RPM limit. Richer fuel mixture. Oh yeah, 691 horsepower. Let's go. Let's get this thing to 700. I would be happy with a 700 horsepower pigeon. Oh yeah, there you go. 707 horsepower in a pigeon. This is going to be insane. Cam profile, we're gonna change this a bit. Oh, there we go. We could change the arc a bit so we can get a better arc. Gotta make sure we don't have any knocking up here. Let's hear this thing. All right, that sounds awesome. Engine aesthetics, we're gonna change this a bit. We have to have 90 space age because it's Cyberpunk, obviously. Red's good. You know what? Red's good. We just gotta turn the flakes down, but a little bit darker though. Yes, perfect. Valve cover trim. What is this? This is nothing. Okay, there's no valve cover trim. And intake manifold. That is this part here. We're gonna make it a carbon. There we go. Perfect for our carbon pigeon. All right, so we got the engine. Does this mean I can't put it in? Fill 212%. We might have to make it a bit smaller. Yeah, I think we have to make it slightly smaller so that it fits. Let's work on the aesthetics before we go back to the engine. All right, so yeah, there's only one version. Quality of the body high. For paint, let's paint it all carbon again, because carbon looks pretty sick. All right, so the main part of this car is the aesthetics. So first we're gonna widen this thing as wide as we can get it. So we're gonna go to the drivetrain and we're just gonna set this up real quick. So we're gonna go all-wheel drive. Oh yeah, the engine does fit, but it's sticking out the front like that. That's awesome. You know, that's actually pretty sick. We might keep that. We're going to get a sequential 7-speed, top speed of around 100. Let's go 200 because this is 2077. We can do whatever we want. So we're gonna call this the Ibishu Pigeon 2077. First gear we got to be able to get into like 60. Is my engine working? Oh shoot, what happened to our engine? Just a sec, I'm gonna go back and check the footage and see what I did. Alright, so I fixed up the engine. We are now making 718.2 horsepower. The only things I changed is I added a bypass valve on the exhaust system, so we're good now. Okay, so let's get to the drivetrain. We got a sequential 7-speed, 208 miles per hour. So estimated top speed is 226. Differential, we're gonna have a electric LSD. Power distribution, we're gonna have more in the front. Let's go 60-40. So we get that front wheel drive type performance. Quality all the way up. Tire type, we're gonna have radial. Tire choice, we're gonna have sports compound. Tire width is going to be as wide as we can get it. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay, perfect. We're gonna get as much offset as we can. We have to widen it. Oh, we can't change anything about it. Okay, that's fine. Tire diameter. Should we get these big or small? That looks pretty good. Rim material is going to be carbon fiber, quality up. Front brakes, we're gonna go with, we'll go vented discs. It's not that big of a car, so we'll go 4-piston, as big as we can get them in there. Rear brakes are also going to be vented, 4, as big as we can get them. Pad type is going to be race. Brake bias, that's fine. Quality up. Under tray, we're going to have downforce under tray. Downforce as much as we can get. We can have some cooling flaps, that'd be cool. Cooling airflow, we'll get that up. Brake airflow, we'll get a slight amount of brake airflow, quality up. All right, let's head back to fixtures and try to make this car look good. We gotta make a wide body. We gotta make this thing look as cyberpunk as crazy. So we're just gonna put so much over styling on this thing, it's not even gonna be funny. Alright, so straight into the time lapse here. So starting off, decided to make a sort of reference to the original Pigeon on the front. So I went with a simple headlight design at first. I began making cutouts for the exposed engine on the front. I found this mod which I thought looked pretty dope. I added these twin blowers on the hood, which turned out pretty great. Of course, as you can see, I add these ugly little circle lights. Here I begin to build the wide body for our widened stance, which actually turns out really, really good at the end. So here I add some side skirts. I extend it to the back bumper on the Pigeon. I lower the car. I change some of the suspension stats. Not very much though. Here I select some turbofan rims, which should look pretty good. I split bumper for the intersecting engine. I add a ramp of a splitter on the front. I add these side skirts to make sure the Pigeon looks as close to the ground as possible with the least amount of clearance. So that turned out awesome, makes it look super slammed. I do some more engine stuff here too. Wing in the back, which looks pretty good. I add a diffuser and some brake lights. These brake lights aren't what I go for at the end. Here I make a sleek bed cover, which is angled so it kind of matches the hood on the front. So here are the brake lights that I add for the end result, which are 3 stacked light bars. Here I'm working on the diffuser some more. Here I add some slots for the wide body, which are these curved on the side. I add some LED strips that go around them, and they link up to the center LED crossbar, which looks absolutely mint. It looks great. Here I'm adding some more diffuser pieces. Of course, I didn't turn off center lock yet because I didn't know how yet. Here I tweak the front. I come up with the front headlight design. I go for a 3 crossbar beam just like the rear lights, except I changed them to white as headlights. Here I add some tester rows of vents to the sides, which look pretty good. I add these hood slots on the front. Here I add some more vertical stabilizers. Here I add some mirrors. I add a hood scoop to the roof. I add some vortex generators. I add some door handles. I go to automation mods. I get a intercooler to put on the front in front of the engine, and it looks absolutely awesome. I size up the wheels a bit, widen the stance here, as you can see, and it looks absolutely awesome. I added 3 degrees of camber, which look pretty good. I downloaded some interior mods, so I added those, and they turned out really, really good. I sized up these racing bucket seats. I put 2 in there. I also added this simple dash. I downloaded a whole bunch of different 80s futuristic type dashes, including the Wendover dash, which has a workable mod, but I did not get that running, sadly, at the end. Here I add a shifter. I add some pedals. I also add some more switches and just small little details. I add this clock sort of timer thing, sort of like an alarm clock. I add the center dash, which looks pretty awesome. As much stuff as I can put, the more the better, the more cyberpunk it looks. For the first iteration, I didn't do very much for the interior. I added some red leather to the racing seats. Here I choose some of the colors. I end up going with the carbon and orange, which looks pretty good. And that was the end of version 1. And then I hopped into BeamNG.drive and took it for its first test drive. So let's see how that went. So here is the Pigeon 2077 in BeamNG.drive. And as I guessed, the carbon fiber looks disgusting. It looks like it was 3D printed or something. Anyways, apart from that, looks good. Let's see how this thing drives. You know what? First impressions, it doesn't drive too bad. This isn't bad. Oh yeah. This thing's an absolute drift machine. This thing's awesome. It drives great. It drives much better than I thought it would. And the brake lights look great. It's all-wheel drive, which is amazing. Now I think all we have to change now is the carbon fiber to maybe a matte black, so it'll look better in BeamNG.drive. Apart from that, I think it's pretty good. Whoo, it's fast. This car's amazing. Wow. It's an absolute drift machine. Oh shoot. I thought it would drive worse. This is actually really good. This car's amazing. And it looks awesome. The sticking out engine actually looks really good. And so does the intercooler. Dude, this is amazing. And the all-wheel drive is working amazing. Woo! I never checked what automation would say the 0 to 60 time would be. But let's fly over to the drag strip and see how fast we can go. The suspension is so bouncy, I love it. So I got my 0 to 60 timer up on the top right here. We're gonna see how fast we can go. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 2.9 seconds. This thing is insane, dude. All right, let's head back to automation and make those few tweaks and then come back into BeamNG.drive. All right, so back in automation, we go ahead and change that carbon fiber to a dark gray matte. So it still gives the same effect as carbon fiber, but it looks much better. Here I add the orange trim, which comes on the Pigeon body to the bottom part, which looks amazing with the matte black. I then head back to the Steam Workshop and download some fonts. to add some lettering to the back of the truck bed on the pigeon. So I just add some futuristic looking pigeon lettering. On the sides, I add the Abishu lettering to the bottom of the bottom left of the side skirt near the rear wheels. I turn them orange, which looks absolutely amazing. I think it turned out perfect. I go ahead and move them around and place them perfectly. I mirror them and head over to the other side and do that. And then I change the catalytic converters and mufflers just to make the pigeon a bit more loud, so it seems more intimidating and cooler, I guess. I add some paneling on the side doors, and that is it for the CyberPigeon 2077. So here is the CyberPigeon 2077, all finished up and ready to go into that competition. Honestly, I think it turned out better than it ever could. It's absolutely incredible what I did. I had lots of fun building it, and as you can see, turned out amazing. I'm just gonna go through all the design stuff real quick, show you guys everything about the pigeon. So of course, we got the front of the pigeon here, our exposed engine in the front with a big old intercooler up front, 2 blowers on the hood, which look really good. The headlight design, I thought it turned out absolutely phenomenal. You can still recognize it as a pigeon because of the squarish headlight designs on the side, as you can see. And where the grille was is now replaced by the cutout for the larger engine. Big old splitter in the front here looks really good, wrapping around the pigeon body edges right here. The split bumper looks super cool, still reminiscent of the original pigeon, but more futuristic, and that's pretty cool. And I still put some reflectors on here, just like your normal pigeon. Coming up to the side here, the side doesn't have too much. Of course, as you can see, we have our wide body kit that I made, which looks absolutely awesome, with our slam side skirts with the Ibishu rating on the side here, as you can see. We got our TwinTurbros vents. I don't know where that air is going because this thing is front engine. Here we have some cutouts beside the hood here. The bed cover on the back actually turned out really, really good for the overall look, because as you can see, the sweeping line coming from the hood matches up to the back of the bed cover, which actually improves the look of the pigeon, and it just gives it a more sleek look, perfect for 2077. Of course, we have our turbofan rims. This rollover bar, which comes on the pigeon body, actually turned out to be really good looking on this on the CyberPigeon. And up top on the roof, we got ourselves this hood scoop. Same with the TwinTurbros vents. The air is going nowhere. Here I put some antennas to act as vortex generators, and this antenna is just an antenna. Coming up to the back here, the back is one of my most proud parts of this car. The LED design actually turned out really, really good. The orange trim with the black lettering, a pigeon in this semi-futuristic font, just like perfects the look. Just looks amazing. Here we have our exhaust system. I have no idea what's going on there. These sweeping air intakes, sort of like buttresses on like a 4GT, and the wraparound LEDs turned out really good. The interior turned out absolutely amazing as well. Here's the finished interior, which looks awesome. We have the shifter down here. We have the seats and the side paneling on the doors just to add a bit more detail. Of course, we have our center dash. I added way more tachometers and techie type stuff in here, and it looks pretty good. Here we have our alarm clock thingy. A strange looking steering wheel, but it matches the aesthetic of Cyberpunk. Looks pretty cool. And of course, we have our A-pillar gauges on the inside here for our oil temperature and water temperature, which don't work, of course, because it's an automation car, but they do look pretty cool. And yeah, that is the interior of the CyberPigeon 2077. So I could have added more, but I think this does the job pretty good. Alright, so performance of the final CyberPigeon 2077 include a inline-6 making 738 horsepower at 7,200 RPM, and that is awesome. Dual overhead cam. It's got a turbocharger, multi-point electric fuel injection. Fuel economy is absolute crap, but that doesn't matter because this thing, I'm sure they figured out the fuel thing in 2077, so we don't have to worry about that. And the inline-6 engine is mated with a 7-speed sequential gearbox with a top speed of around 226 miles per hour, according to automation. It weighs a little less than 2,700 pounds, which is pretty light for a car with this much power. The styling ended up looking way too much like a Quadra VTEC from Cyberpunk, like an actual car from the game. But I honestly did not try to do that, and I even got the color scheme the exact same. But I'm going to make a colorable version of this, so the whole body is going to be colorable, including the wide body. So that is it for the CyberPigeon 2077. Absolute amazing looking car. Let's hop into BeamNG.drive and test this thing to its limits. So here is the final CyberPigeon 2077 in BeamNG.drive, and it looks awesome in the game. The carbon fiber has all been taken off, of course, except for a little hint around the engine on that grill cutout. But you know what? It looks pretty cool. Just small little bits and pieces, like a small little grill there. Anyways, the car looks phenomenal. Phenomenal. Okay, I can't talk anymore. Anyways, it just looks great in the game in BeamNG.drive. Get this mouse cursor out of the way. Anyways, looks great. As you know already, it drives great. I made it slightly louder. I don't know if you'll be able to tell on the video. So here is the interior of the CyberPigeon in BeamNG.drive. So it's not as colorful as it looks in automation because of the mods with the exporting and all that stuff. But apart from that, it actually looks really good. I think it turned out awesome on the interior. The lights turned out great. For some reason, they have these little orange cutouts on the inside, right there. Now, let's test this thing. So first up, we're gonna do a 0 to 60 test. On the first version, we got a time of 2.9 seconds. So we're gonna switch over the sport mode on our electric stability control. 3, 2, 1, go. 3.2. Okay, so it's a little slower. That's strange. I think we gotta do a launch. So we'll let go of the brake in 3, 2, 1, go. There we go, 2.8 seconds. So much faster this time. We're gonna cross the line at 250 kilometers per hour. Insane stuff. I also changed the brakes a little bit afterwards because the brakes they were too small and they weren't driving that good. But now it drives amazing. course, it's still an absolute drift machine because I didn't really change anything in that aspect. But this thing is absolutely bonkers fast. This thing is super fast. Oh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we might have to fix that tipping problem. Okay, so 0 to 60 time of 2.8 seconds on this bad boy, which is really fast, which isn't that surprising considering how much power's in this thing, because this thing is like super light, and it's got like almost 800 horsepower in this. It's insane. But let's head over to the grid map and go test out our top speed time. We're gonna start our top speed test. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, start off strong with a 3-second 0 to 60 time. We just suppressed 120. That's 180. 200. We surpassed 200. So I think this car tops out at around 221. You can't go past that. It takes a long time to get there, but it does. And yeah. This thing also handles really good at high speeds because of all the aero components I've added. So it's got lots of downforce, so it won't flip at high speeds. Well, I don't think it will. There you go. See, there's the 221 miles per hour top speed. As you can see, look, if I turn here, it will actually start turning at very high speed. Look, we're still above 200 and we're turning. Very slow be it, but we are. Now if I try to, let me try to flip it. See, it won't flip. Yeah, so CYBERPIGEON 2077, fast. And of course, it's an absolute drift machine. We can do some pretty crazy drifts here, like full control drifts. Because of the all-wheel drive system, it just drifts absolutely beautifully. But the donuts are one of my favorite parts about this car. So if we start to get into a donut, just full on turn, we begin to spin very, very fast. I'll just let it do the talking.
A few moments later.
And yeah, this thing basically can do donuts on a 0 point. Look at this burn mark. It's absolutely perfect. Like, look at this performance. Like the control on this car, it is so easy to drift and control like this. It's not even funny. Like, I didn't mean to do this. And that wraps it up for the CYBERPIGEON 2077. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys watched this far, this build was so much fun to do. If you guys want to drive the CYBERPIGEON 2077 for yourself, download link will be in the description down below. And again, thank you guys so much for watching. My friend is about to beat me in subscribers, and he doesn't have a single video out yet. So please, I beg you, do consider subscribing to the channel. So thank you guys so much for watching. That is the CYBERPIGEON. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.